Hits start right now.
One week down, 4 more to go on the road to the state finals. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Football Fever. I'm Pete Byrne.
And I'm Bennett Wise. The postseason rolls on tonight in Indiana and begins in Michigan. 33 local teams in action tonight, all with the same goal, survive and advance.
Yes, and nowhere perhaps was that more accurate than at Freed Field, where the blind draw did not do Penn any favors. Tonight they get their playoff run started against the number 5 team in the state, Fort Wayne Carroll.
But if there's any silver lining, it's that the Kingsmen, they do get some home field advantage right
it,
here.
yep.
Freed Field, student section is large and lively, and Carroll bringing a nice crowd with them as well. Second quarter will start. The Chargers up 7-0. Jimmy Sullivan's pass intercepted. One-handed Ryan Schreiber pushing it all the way down to the 1-yard line. Then the first play off the turnover, Nolan McCullough running behind the big boys. Nice. Finds the crease. The Kingsmen tie it up with 2 minutes left in the first half. Now on the ensuing drive, Sullivan doesn't like his options at first, so he takes off down the sideline. Grown man football. Scraps his way for a 25-yard touchdown, and the Chargers defense, they would step up to force a 20-second drive, a quick 3-and-out. So Carroll, they have the ball back again before the half, and this time Sullivan to Camden Hirschberger. One-handed. Spectacular plays from two spectacular top 10 programs, but Carroll goes on to end Penn season 35-7. And they will have the winner of Elkhart and Warsaw. Both the Lions and Tigers going 7-2 in the regular season. We'll start in the second quarter.
I'm surprised Bart put sleeves on tonight. That's kind of disappointed, Coach.
Always. It's a staple look. There's Drew Sullivan to Theo Contris on the first down play. Warsaw, they'd be up 7-6 at the half. Third quarter, Elkhart driving. That's quarterback Quinn Rost. Scrambling up the left side, picks up a big gain, steps out of bounds and taken down. As now we go to the fourth quarter. Same drive. This is Warsaw's defense, not allowing Rost in the end zone. That close. As Elkhart would later settle for a field goal in Warsaw, but go out to win 14-9.
All right, so it's going to be Warsaw and Carroll in Class 6A. In Class 5A, South Bend Adams visiting Mishawaka tonight to open up the postseason. Cavemen up 12-0 in the second quarter, but look at Adams. On the march, Jeremiah Love plowing ahead for a gain of 15. It's a first down for Adams, and they're within striking distance now. They're going to go to the air. Phoenix Clark looking to the end zone, but Trey Thomas picks it off just short of the goal line. Mishawaka's defense gets the stop. We go to the half. Cavemen still up 12-0. Hey, Pete. Hey, Coach. How you doing? Keep it up. Team's looking good. In fact, they're looking really good to open up the third quarter. Impressive drive here. Brady Fisher keeps it himself for a gain of 25 yards before they finally bring him down inside the red zone. A couple plays later, Chase Gooden going to finish that drive with the touchdown to put the Cavemen up 20-0. Mishawaka wins tonight 35-6. And they're going to face Concord next week. Concord a winner tonight over Goshen 31-6. So that's going to be a 5A sectional final next week. Also next week in Class 5A, Valparaiso and Chesterton will meet for the sectional crown. All right, moving on to Class 4A now. The Northwood Panthers are undefeated, Bennett, but they look like the team to beat in the sectional, but they are not at full strength as they head into the night.
No, they are not. Northwood suspended several players indefinitely following an arrest for minor consumption of alcohol. We don't know for how long, but head coach Nate Andrews says it will be for a while. And tonight, the short-handed Northwood team heads to South Bend.
Yes, they did, and they come to Father Blythe Field where a St. Joe team is waiting that's probably playing its best football after back-to-back wins. So St. Joe hoping the ingredients were right for an upset. Meanwhile, Northwood was able to deliver a big punch on the opening kickoff right here. Wes Yoder fields the kick at his 25. Immediately switches fields to the far sideline, and as you can see, he's got a wall of blockers, and you know what's coming. Yoder goes 60 yards before he's finally caught and taken down inside the 10-yard line. What a start for the Panthers. But you know what? I'm going to give St. Joe credit. They punch right back. They stuffed the Panthers 3 straight plays. Santana Suarez with the stop here, and St. Joe holds Northwood to a field goal. That's a win after that kickoff return.
Sure is.
But I tell you, Northwood's defense came to play. Keith Miller gets into the backfield, disrupts everything, dropping Alex Ortiz for a huge loss on the quarterback sack. Panthers would end up losing their quarterback, Caden Lone, on the second series. He took a hard hit, but they would score without him. Direct snap into Terry and Tuggle, and Nitro takes it himself from the Wildcat formation. That makes it 10-0. Tuggle scored a bunch of times tonight, and Northwood is advancing to the sectional final with a 52-24 win.
So they'll get the winner of Northridge and Logansport. 24-14 Northridge after the first half. We're going straight to the fourth quarter. 27-17 Raiders. This is Isaac Mock for the Berries. The deep ball to Shamari Gidding. Over 40 yards. Makes the catch on the ground. Sets up Logansport in the red zone. And then very next couple plays later, that's Luis Ortiz from 5 yards out. Pull him within 3, but back comes Northridge. Cade Carrington. Little lefty action, avoids the pressure, dumping it down deep to Alex Eby and the Raiders.
Good grab.
Oh, beautiful catch right there. A lot of beautiful plays tonight.
Call that mossing, people?
Maybe, yeah. Now look at this. Derek Sherwood, 30 yards ahead, straight up the middle for the touchdown as Northridge ices it. 34-24. They'll go to Andrews Field next week against Northwood.
Also this week in Class 4A, Sectional 17, New Prairie, a big win at Lowell, 42-6. They will face Hobart next Friday night for the sectional title.
And in Class 3A, Jimtown has won 8 straight heading into tonight's sectional and semis.
Yeah, they're certainly on fire. Tonight they figured to get a stern test, however, when they travel west to John Glenn. The Falcons 6-4 in John Barron's first year. To host Strouser Field in Walkerton we go for an NIC showdown to advance to the sectional final. As you can see, both teams fired up for this ball game tonight, but Glenn makes a critical error in the opening minutes of the ball game. That's a screen pass, and when it hits the ground, it's a live ball. Connor Watts scoops it up, and now Jimtown's got it with great field position. Takes just a couple plays for Bishop Williams to get it over the goal line, and the Jimmies have a 7-0 lead. A little later on, their offense would take on some more. Watts this time getting it down the more traditional way, hits the hole, rips off a huge gain of 35 yards, setting up the Jimmies with first and goal. Sam Garner is going to finish the drive with a touchdown as Jimtown wins it tonight, 28-7. They are moving on. They will host Knox next Friday. Knox shuts out West Noble 22-0. Should be a fun one in Bago next week.
Sure will. Let's go to sectional 28 now. Tippy Valley hosting Gearin Catholic. Look at those uniforms. Gotta love them there from Tippy, and not some bad ones from Gearin here either. And they'll start at second quarter, no score. Justin Dobliak charges ahead, 39 yards on the touchdown run. Puts the Golden Eagles ahead 7-0.
Vikings-Packers game.
Beautiful.
Minus the
NFC
snow.
North. Yes. Minus the snow. Might be just as cold. Maybe it needs to be a little bit more.
No.
I'm still getting used to it, yeah. All right. They'll march back down. Tippy Valley does. That's Nate Parker to Landon Dirks on the score. But the Golden Eagles would go down and take down Tippy Valley 34-14.
All right, let's head to Class 2A now for a huge matchup tonight. LaVille looking to advance to the sectional title for the third time in the last 4 years, hosting Andrean, led by future Notre Dame linebacker Drake Bowen. Scoreless game here in the second quarter. Andrean fires deep over the middle, but it's intercepted by Javier Lefebvre. Lefebvre returns it deep into 59er territory, so LaVille with a chance to get the first points on the board right before halftime. They line up for a field goal. The kick has the length, but it is wide left. This game was scoreless at the half. Andrean would dominate the second half, and they knock off LaVille tonight 28-6. They will move on and face Bremen next Friday night. The Little B is a big win tonight. They will host that game. Also in Class 2A, Rochester, an impressive win over Benton Central. They've got a 10-win season for the first time since 2000.
Not bad. And in other 1A action, Culver picking up a win over South Central 61-0, and North Judson, they will head to play Culver next week after a win over Triton.
All right, that takes care of all the Indiana results, but we need to take a time out because we still got lots more ahead tonight on Friday Night Football Fever. The playoffs begin up north. We will head to the shores of Lake Michigan, where a familiar face returns to Michiana to face the St. Joe Bears. More football highlights coming your way when Fever returns.
SPT 22's highlight of the night is brought to you by Klein Custom Homes.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football Fever. Just a couple things left to do. It starts with the highlight of the night, Bennett.
That's part of the night, isn't
Yeah.
it?
All right, let's see it. We are heading up to Three Rivers, where Niles' Sam Rucker picks off an errant pitch and takes it 95 yards for the touchdown. Hard to go much farther than that in the football field. Congrats to Sam and the Niles Vikings for advancing tonight. You are the highlight of the night.